So we just had our pool refinished, and if you've been following along, I wanted to go over a couple of things with you, so maybe you can learn something. And for me, the biggest part is conditioning the water. But let me step back a little bit. We had our pool finished. They actually did the finish work on it on Friday. Then they came back on a Saturday and they did an acid wash and a power wash. Now, we're using a product, we put in a Pebble finish on our Gunite pool, and it hadn't been touched in 21 years, so it was pretty bad. We put a finish in it from a company called PMM, and it was a Pebble finish, and we went with two different options. We went with a color called Azure, which is a nice, beautiful blue, and we also went with some glass beads called Treasure Blue. Now, those glass beads we added on probably added about $1,500 to $1,600 to the bill. And after seeing them, they are phenomenal. They're just gorgeous. And it makes the whole pool like shimmer like diamonds. And it even has a little seashells mixed into it. So it's pretty cool. So anyway, about an hour after they left, after finishing everything up, installing the pool lights, the drain covers, the eyeball jets, all that stuff, the water company came and filled the pool up, filled the whole pool up in about 90 minutes. It was a great experience, and I have it on time lapse. You can go see the video. You'll find a lot of pool videos that I have. What I didn't know was there was an error in buttoning the pool up, and somebody made a mistake, and it's a mistake, okay? But what happened was the pool was leaking. Bottom line, the cause of the problem was the hydro valve. Somebody put the hydro valve in the bottom of the pool, and they didn't test it. It was in the open position, and all they needed to do was just lift it up and let it snap in place. It would have been fine. But anyway, the pool started leaking and we didn't know it. And we had gone out that night for about 4 or 5 hours. Got the filter running, everything was good. We came back, and I have remote cameras, so after we were going about 4 hours, I thought to myself, I think the water's a little lower than it was before. And sure enough, we got home, it was, the pump was just sucking air, and there was, we were down about 4 inches below the skimmer line. Not good. So I shut the skimmers off. I got the pump primed up again, and I started putting water in the pool. I don't know what the problem was. After Sunday comes along, we noticed that with the skimmers off, the water would drop down again overnight. So I talked to the pool company on a Sunday, and they said they were going to send somebody out either Monday or Tuesday. They were going to send out a diver to check it out. So Sunday, we were able to stabilize the amount of water in the pool, but we had to keep the feed to the pool on. So we were putting as much water into the pool as was leaving the pool. And I did calculate, based on the size of the pool, how much time it takes to fill a 5-gallon bucket, and so forth and so on. I calculated it out that we were losing roughly 260 gallons of water an hour, or 4,600 gallons of water a day. So that went on for half a day on Saturday, all day on Sunday, all day on Monday, and up until 3 o'clock on Tuesday. So that's 4 days. That's about almost 20,000 gallons of water. Now, I paid to have 26,000 gallons of water put in the pool, which was about $1,400, and that was kind of a waste. So I ended up, I don't know what my water bill is going to be, but it's probably going to be high. So anyway, the diver came out and he fixed it in about less than 10 minutes. And during that first couple of days, I was trying to stabilize my water. So thank you to the pool company and the diver for getting to the bottom of the problem. It was a mistake. Mistakes happen, I understand. If I did it, it was my fault, I'd feel terrible. But I started making this chart, okay? It's really important that you keep up on your water chemistry. So you have to check things every day. So on day 1, which was May 10th, I tested my pH, my alkalinity, and my calcium hardness and chlorine. Obviously, the chlorine is 0. Now, for the first 2 days or 3 days, you do nothing with chlorine. You don't touch it. On a brand new pool finish, if you have a salt machine, you don't even turn it on for 28 days. You have to brush the pool twice a day. I do have to say that the guys that did the wrap up and the power wash and the acid wash, I brush the pool like it says, but I am getting just about 0 plaster dust up. I haven't even had to backwash my filter. My filter, which is the largest size professional model Hayward filter that they make, it isn't even going up a pound in pressure in 4 days. That's how little plaster dust there is. So my first day, my pH was over 8. I couldn't really know the number. So I had to add, I'm using a Taylor test kit. I had to add 7 drops of acid, which means for the acid I was using to bring down the pH at the time, I needed 1.5 gallons of acid. So I added that. My alkalinity right off the bat was 40 parts per million. So I started off by adding 10 pounds of baking soda, and my calcium hardness was 60 parts per million. I did not add chlorine that day. On day 2, you still don't add chlorine, but my pH dropped to 6.2 from the acid. It changes quite a bit with the new pool work, but the acid drove it down to 6.2. So I wasn't going to add pH rise because the pH will rise on its own and pretty rapidly. Now, my alkalinity was 20. Now I'm saying to myself, okay, I added baking soda. And by the way, if you have an alkalinity problem, you need to raise alkalinity, don't go to the pool store and buy chemicals. Just go to like Walmart and get, the 11-pound bags of baking soda. It's the same exact thing, all right? So my alkalinity dropped to 20 parts per million. Now, here I'm saying to myself, I can't maintain this because what's happening is I'm actually adding water to the pool and water's leaking out of the pool. So any chemical balancing that I'm trying to do, I'm kind of wasting a bunch of it, all right? So that was day 2. Comes to a wrap. I didn't bother putting any baking soda in, but I did put acid in and then again, that water's getting diluted because I'm losing it. Day 3, still no chlorine because you don't add chlorine yet. Oh no, on day 3 you do add your chlorine. So you want to get between 1 and 3 parts per million of chlorine into your pool, very light doses of it. So I'm using Pool Shock, which is intensely 12.5% chlorine, I believe it is. I'm adding Pool Shock. So to get my pool from 0 to 2 parts per million, I need 0.5 gallon of Pool Shock. So what I do is I dip a 5-gallon bucket into my pool, probably put half water in it, and then I add 0.5 gallon of shock to that. My pH was 7.4, so I needed to add, like half a cup of acid. My alkalinity was 30 ppm because I had added more baking soda. My calcium was 70 ppm. Day 4, that was starting this morning. Now, yesterday at 3 o'clock, the diver came and fixed the problem. Water was no more leaking, all right? The beautiful thing was now the water isn't diluting itself constantly. Like 20% of my water or 25% of my water, I'm not losing, I'm not refreshing it. So now I have that water contained or I can actually deal with it. So this morning I added 53 ounces of chlorine based on my pool size. my pH was 7.3, so to get it down to 7.2, I had to add 12 ounces of acid. My alkalinity was 70 parts per million. You see, it stabilized from yesterday because the water's not leaking now. So I added 5 pounds of baking soda. No, I'm sorry. I added 4 pounds of baking soda. I tested it later in the day, today. My calcium was actually 8 parts per million. All right. So now, the interesting thing here that we're going through is I'm on day 4 of the new pool startup. Now, on day 4, you're going to start adjusting your calcium and your stabilizer or your cyanuric acid. They also call it CYA. And that's where you start pulling everything together, all right? So, I actually was able to adjust my alkalinity by adding 4 pounds of baking soda. I zeroed it right in at 80 parts per million. So now I have the exact amount of alkalinity in my pool water. I don't have any stabilizer in the water yet, so chlorine is going to evaporate pretty quickly. Now, my calculations say that you want to add 7 pounds of CYA to get my pool to be about 30 parts per million. And I want to add about 22 pounds of calcium to get it to a certain level. So a little while ago, I tested my water again. My pH was 7.4, so I added 20 ounces of acid. My alkalinity is now 80. It's right at the sweet spot. So then what I did was I actually added 16 pounds of calcium to start with. It said 22, but I added 16. I took a bucket of pool water, and I dumped a bunch of calcium in it, and I kept stirring it with a stick until it was all dissolved, and I poured it around the deep end. But I did that process several times until I used the 16 pounds of calcium that I had, all right? So the calcium is in. I will test the water tomorrow to see what those levels are going to be, all right? And then I had to add 7 pounds of CYA, or cyanuric acid, also known as stabilizer. So what I did was I had a couple of mesh filter bags, and I took a scale outside. I had a 7-pound bag of CYA. I poured about 3.5 pounds in one bag, 3.5 pounds in another bag, the filter socks, right? Then I tie stripped them shut, and I put one bag in one skimmer, one bag in the other skimmer. And they're going to sit in there. Now, my pump is running 7 days a week right now until everything gets balanced out. But that is where I am right now. And I was really afraid to start this process because I didn't think I'd be able to do it. Now, after I did this, I should have taken you guys on a video so you could learn. But I wanted to go through it with you at least now so you'll know what I did and how I did it. But probably starting tomorrow or Friday, I will take you through how to use the Taylor test kit. And I use the Taylor K2005 because it tests your chlorine, your pH, your alkalinity, your stabilizer, your calcium, which is your total water hardness, and all that kind of stuff. So that's the journey with the pool so far. It absolutely looks stunning and beautiful. The water is crystal clear as I'm dialing it in. And as long as I can get my chemicals and know my numbers on a daily basis. Now here's today. This is day 4. This is the second time today that I've actually done it. Now, the pool finish is guaranteed for like 10 years. But at some point, they can always come to you and say, well, the finish is no good because you didn't do the chemicals right. But I have a chart here in all my videos that show exactly what I'm doing and when I'm doing it, so that can't be an issue. And quite honestly, I wanted to hire this out. I wanted some company to come out here and just say, babysit my pool for a couple of weeks. I'll pay you to brush it twice a day, maintain the chemicals. But nobody would bother. I don't understand people. Well, we don't do that. We're too busy. We have too many customers. We can't get to it. You're not an existing customer of ours, so no. So, for you pool companies out there that have that attitude, hey, right there. That's all I got to say about that. So anyway, thank you for watching. I appreciate the time you take. that's my story about my pool finish. We started this process back in September of 2025. It was called a fall spring schedule, where they do everything they need to do to prep the pool in the fall. You know, your new tile and everything, and then they come out in early spring and they acid wash the pool. They put what they call a bond coat on there, prep it up, make sure everything's ready, and then when it comes time for finish day, all kinds of equipment showed up here. It was crazy. I probably had almost 20 guys working, guys in the truck, mixing the cement, putting in the pebbles, putting in the color, pumping it in, spraying on the gunite. Probably 8 or 9 people in the pool just troweling it out. But boy, I tell you, when they all left, the pool looked just like it was solid blue. But the next day when they did that acid wash and the power wash, the type of finish, it is just breathtaking. So that's my story. Hope I didn't bore you too much, but thank you. And if you have a pool, I hope you're going to have a great pool summer. Take care.